Welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Forman, and today we have a special guest with us, Real team rider Ryan Leopold, and we're going to be talking about the Slater Designs Flat Earth Akila Aipa shape. Ryan, why don't we start out with your height, your weight, and what size you're riding?
I'm about 5'10", I would say, 160, 165 on maybe a heavier day. This one's the 5'7", 28.7 liters.
Okay.
Which is a little bit more than normal. I'd say I'm like 27.5, 28 normally. But I mean, it was just perfect for a little bit extra winter rubber, you know.
Because you were in like full suit, boots, gloves,
hood, the whole nine.
The whole thing, like while you were surfing this board.
But also in the pool, when it was warm, it still went about the same, so.
Okay, and which pool were you able to surf this
I went to the
in?
American Dream in Jersey.
Okay, all right, the Scootin setup.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that was a great time.
It's
awesome to just be able to surf in like 90-degree weather in
New Jersey.
January in Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great.
So actually quite a bit warmer than the last time that you went up north to Long Island.
Yes, yeah, quite a bit.
Same latitude, but
yep, almost, yeah, like you can see the city from the spot in Jersey, yeah, so it's cool.
All right, so let's dive into this board. So it's a twin fin. It's got a little finger trailer out the back. It looks like you've got the Machado, like twin plus trailer in here.
Which I'm no expert on the twins. I'm like a thruster guy,
die
hard. So that was a little bit of a little bit different for me, but I hopped on the twin plus one. It was just like, it just went.
So a lot of people are riding this board. I mean, I would think most people would ride this board like twin plus trailer. You know, some, the daring few, would ride it as a twin. Like they would just like throw caution into the wind and ride it as a twin.
Well, I've been seeing Akila Aipa's been riding it as a twin on his own setup.
Right.
So I kind of want to, but I hopped on this and it went so good that I just couldn't change it up.
That happens, right? It's like I don't want anything to get worse.
Nope.
And it felt really, really good.
It
so
did.
let's talk about the waves you rode it in. So like what was the smallest waves you rode this board in?
I don't know, shin high or less, maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
And how did it go in the tiny stuff?
It was great. Yeah, it had plenty of float. I thought, you know, once the waves got bigger, it might be a little bit more chattery, but because the epoxy and the twin, like I said, I'm diehard thruster and I ride more polyester shortboards normally.
Right.
So, but small or big, it never felt chattery. It never felt weak. It kind of just held in the face, even on choppier days, even when it got bigger. I was able to do turns and it would hold all the way through the turn on some of those choppier days, like the first day we took it out.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember looking at those the photos like that night, like from that very first session, man. Like some of those turn sequences were sick.
That was like my first and second wave on the thing. It just it just clicked. It was just like flow.
And so how about like small waves? Like how does this thing, like is it a good good board for like generating speed and tiny
is,
stuff?
yeah. It's got it's like the fat section is in here more.
Okay.
It's got the wing, so it's like, you know, I feel like it's through those little boggy sections where normally you would be kind of like, you know, like say on a polyester shortboard.
Yep.
You might be bogging out more through those flat sections, but instead I was just racing right through them. Doing cutbacks, roundhouses, everything. Yeah, it was great.
So the wings right here, I mean, you got a lot more width right here, like to generate speed, you know?
Yep.
Underneath,
and I feel like it just flows through here. And I feel like the twin plus one even helps with that more. I'm like, what have I been doing my whole life not riding twins?
And then what about stringerless? So like this board, like a little bit of a stringer, not wood stringer, like what's going on in here?
What is this thing? This like composite?
Is it bending? Is
carbon?
it bending? Is it bending more than a PU?
It feels like it does.
Okay.
But it doesn't. Is it
springing out of the turns more?
It does, yeah. Okay. But it doesn't ding though. Like normally, as you know, I beat up surfboards.
Yep.
So.
We normally get Ryan's boards back like in a pile. It's like a resin and fiberglass version of a car crash.
Yeah, but I mean, I rode this thing, you know, 20 times or more, and there's like no dings on the deck, which I'm really surprised because, you know, like you said, I go crazy on them.
So what about, you know, people look at this board and you know, they look at some of the waves that we get here, like kind of the more hollow stuff, right? The juicy stuff, like how'd it go like in the juice, like in tubes?
Even better, I feel like.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be more of like a summery type stick, you know, for around here for when it's smaller, but I mean, it honestly went even better in like the bigger, windier, more unruly kind of surf.
Right.
I mean, I rode it that one day. It was that one really good Saturday we had here where it was offshore and big. and it was big and unruly, and it still had plenty of hold. Again, with the twin +1, it was just like I never felt chattery or weird at all.
Okay.
So it holds, yeah. I'm stoked to get it in like something that could be like real big.
Yeah. And then what about like accessibility? Like, somebody below your ability range that's like, coming onto short boards, or just like was thinking about a hybrid and then got kind of turned on by this thing. Like, is it easy to surf, or is it like kind of like technical to surf?
For me, it was. I mean, it seemed seamless to me. I mean, I would say go for it if you wanted to. If you're a little bit like thinking like, oh, I don't know, it's too shortboard, it's too small. I'd say roll with it, because I mean, this one's 5'7". I think I usually ride like 5'8", 5'9".
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, it's maybe go a little bit bigger if you're newer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, my weight, maybe like 29, 30 liters if
Okay.
you wanted to, if you're a little bit newer. But I mean, that thing's good to go.
Awesome. Well, hey, Ryan, thanks for joining us today, and then also thanks for sharing like all the photos and the clips.
Sure, man.
If any of you out there have any questions on the Slater Flat Earth, or if you'd like to place an order for one, you can always call us at the shop, 252-987-6000, or look us up online, realwatersports.com/surfing. Thanks for tuning in.